so check it out. Ogre's here. I'm here with the original Second J. John, he started all this with me. In a minute, Cruz is probably going to ring the doorbell and he'll probably come in with us and sit down and kind of bullshit with us about Supras.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying something new today. I got my couch set up. I'm not behind. I don't have my wall of Hot Wheels and Civ t-shirts behind me today.
But it's still there, trust me.
Yeah, it's still hanging up over there. It's over there. So we're just here. We're going to just kick back. We're going to have some adult beverages and chill and just kind of bullshit. Like, he's down from Washington. I had an opportunity to bring him on. I was like, you know what? Hell, let's do it. We got some crazy stories about when we first started building the Supra, and
well, bear with me, my memory's not that great.
he smokes a lot of, the devil's lettuce. I don't partake in that. I am Christian. But anyway, we're here with John. John, say what's up.
What's up? Episode number 5, Ogre Motorsports. Like and subscribe.
2J Podcast. For now, Cruz is going to be helping me out a little bit from now on. Just to let you guys know. I love having John here. We met back in college in 2013. It was kind of a funny story. I was like in my 30s. 2013, I was like 33. And which I shouldn't have said that because now you know how really old my ass is. But it was funny because back then I smoked cigarettes. You could think taxes in California for making me quit, and now my lungs are cool, except for I'm fat and I can barely breathe when I walk. But anyway, I pulled in. I'm in the handicap because I have a handicap placard. Go Doctors. I got priority parking.
I call it VIP parking, man. I was jealous.
It was VIP parking. I was like, I got it right up front.
Everybody else had to park out in the jungle. This fool gets to park right next to the door.
I got free, and I also got free parking pass. I didn't have to pay for it. So
I parked off campus. I parked out in the neighborhoods and rode my scooter.
Which brings me to the point, how we met. So it's first day, we're general auto class. I'm parked in the handicap. I'm nervous. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm 33 years old. I'm going back to college. I'm going to be around a bunch of 18, 19-year-old punk kids that are going to look at me like I'm some old ass man. And
how old was I? 25?
Well, 2013, you were born in when?
87.
87. So yeah. 2013. You were about 25.
That's what I thought.
Like that.
Yeah.
Give or take. My math is off right now. So all of a sudden I'm outside, smoking a cigarette, chilling, and all of a sudden I hear this, and I look up, and here's this dude riding what looked like an RC car for a scooter, all the way in from the thing, all the way in from the streets, all the way through this big ass parking lot. And I'm looking, I'm like, that's kind of cool. So he rolls up, I'm like, dude, cool ass scooter. He's like, oh, thanks, man. And it's like, he's smoking a cigarette, I'm smoking a cigarette. I was like, oh, so what class are you in? He was like, I'm in general auto.
Right here, 084, what's up?
Yeah. And so we just kind of met, and
well, and then we ended up sitting at the same table during orientation. You go in, you sit wherever. I don't know, we just kind of was like, hey man, let's team up.
And the rest is kind of history.
You didn't even have the Supra at that time, I don't think.
No, I was driving a Jeep Liberty.
Yeah.
I was cool. I had a Jeep.
Well, I had a Jeep too, but I parked mine off campus.
I swear to God, I took a ride in that one time. I thought I was going to fall apart on it. I swear, it's this Jeep, 2-door Jeep Cherokee.
It's a 4-door.
Was it a 4-door? I thought it was a 2-door. Oh, he lifted it up with like hopes and prayers.
Oh, it had like 3 different lift kits on it.
And dude, oh man, it was funny. But that's kind of how we met, and we ended up going through General Auto together.
General Auto, and then like because I was working and Josh had more time on his hands because he was.
I was disabled.
He just going to school, yeah. He was just disabled.
I was fresh out of the
hospital. So it gave him an opportunity to kind of do some auto body and other stuff where I couldn't. I had to go to work, so it was cool that he got to. Basically, yeah.
I was a full-time student.
Yeah, I was part-time. I was a couple times a week.
And due to me being basically disabled, I got all the grants and stuff. Which I've said in past podcasts, that's kind of what paid for the Supra. And so we went through
the credit cards.
I didn't have a credit card back then.
Well, like when you got it, and then you had the credit cards, and then you have that accident in the Jeep.
That paid off the credit cards.
That paid off the credit cards.
Yeah, that paid off the credit cards.
That's how you got the 1J, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how I got the 1J. Rolled up to Aaron, was like, dude, I need a motor. We blew up to 7 in.
And he's like, hey, I got a couple of them right on the floor. We were going to put this in my son's car, but he decided to get a truck or something.
Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of how we met, and we went through that whole first semester, and then I remember the second semester I came to school and I didn't see him, and I had his phone number and I hit him up and he was like, oh man, work just got in the way, but I do plan on coming back.
Yeah.
I was like, cool. So I went through the whole second semester and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he came back for the very next year.
And that was when we were in Wilson's class, right?
Yeah, Wilson's class, electrical.
Yeah.
And that's when I got the Supra. That's actually, that semester is when I got the Supra. We were in electrical, and then I was also in the engine rebuild class.
Right, hundreds class, right?
Yeah. So that's pretty much how I ended up like getting the Supra that time.
And then he was also in the auto body class, so like
that's where I did the body work.
We pretty much like took the car apart. Some of it went to auto body, some of it went to engine, and then when you got it finished up or we're close to painting, right? Is when we started working on the body, getting all the electrical sorted out.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was pretty funny because like when I towed the Supra in, we were actually in Wilson's class when it showed up. And
everybody was
like we're in an electrical class, and they're like, "Hey man, pull the motor, let's get this thing taken apart." So we started taking apart this wiring harness that literally came in pieces.
Oh man, it was like you touched it, it fell apart, and all the splices and rodent stuff. Remember all the
there was so much rat shit in that.
Rat shit. They were eating it up and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my god! I remember after getting the motor out and everything, when I had to go start doing the body work on it, I remember finding a dead rat in between the frame of the frame where the engine bay is, and this. Remember the silver fender? Because it had a silver fender.
Yeah. I don't remember what side it was on, but
it was all like. All petrified. The thing was hard as a rock, and I remember I didn't want to touch it, so I have a buddy. His name's Wesley. Remember tall Wesley?
Yeah.
He just wanted to help, so I was like, "Hey man, if you get help."
I think you really liked the car. I think you did. I think you really liked the car.
And so I conned him into like taking the dead rat out, so I didn't have to touch it. But it was cool. It was a lot of fun times.
It probably took us
It took us the whole year to finish the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 2 or 3 semesters.
It was 2 semesters. It was okay. So it was 2 semesters. We got it. Once we got it done at school, we finished it off. Got the engine in.
Yeah.
We got it.
That was the 7M, by the way.
We got it kicked over. But we had to finish like the suspension and everything. I remember we took suspension with
I forget his name.
Yeah, I forget his name. He was
Bogner,
yeah.
Yeah.
He helped us get all the suspension and everything done on it. We put the
we put the coilovers on them and stuff, and the new rack and the ball joints and all that, and then he let us use the alignment rack
to align it
to dial it in. Yeah.
It was nice. But the one thing we didn't have was an interior, and so there was no interior class in college. So at that point, I had to bring it home, and
it was like 3 different colors.
It was until I painted it.
That's why we painted everything. Yeah. It was like burgundy, gray, and blue.
Yeah, burgundy, gray, blue. We got rid of all the stock like seats and everything. We put a couple of like eBay racing seats in it. I thought were cool as hell. They leaned back. It was cool.
Yeah, they had they were reclining.
Yeah, it was comfortable. I mean, I put a pair of like cheap ass 4-point harnesses in it that sucked, and then I actually ended up getting a good pair. I bought a harness bar that I ended up painting green. I still have that harness bar, by the way. It's still in that car.
Yep. So are the harnesses.
Yeah, and I used a sticker and painted it black first, and then painted it green, and then peeled the sticker off so Ogre Motorsports was in black and the harness bar was green.
My idea.
And then I clear coated it. It might have been his idea, but I did all the work.
Well, like, the thing about, like, I remember Josh mentioning on last podcast where he likes the way everything looks. See, for me, it's the opposite. I like the way stuff works. So I think we made a pretty good team on that front. Because, like...
until you move the fucking watch in there, asshole.
Well, I'm still that way.
But, I mean...
I'm all about function. He's about how it looks, but... There are some times where it's like, yeah, you're right. That would look awesome.
I mean,
like the polish stuff.
You gotta remember, like when I still had the twins, we went over, we blew. So wait.
Yeah.
Before I go,
you want to go V1, V2? Which one do you want to like go?
All right. So once we got it done, it was done basically 2 weeks before Civ 2016.
Oh, I think we were still putting shit on it when we got there.
No, we were dialing in the fans, remember?
Or something like that.
Yeah, we were dialing in the fans.
We were still working on it, even on the way up there.
And then remember the seat got stuck on the damn harness bar? And so I was like stuck up there. We had to kind of kick it to move it back.
Oh yeah, and then it was getting bent a little bit.
Yeah, so but like, I will say this though, because I'm a tall dude. He actually set out with a welder and stuff. He actually built the custom brackets for the seats, so where it dropped down, so I actually fit in there.
But only on the driver's side.
No, it's on the passenger side too.
No, the passenger side is just a regular plate. It was only the driver's side is the one that got dropped.
No, we dropped them both down.
You think so?
No, I'm positive we dropped them both down. Okay. Because I'm seriously like aesthetics, bro. And you were like, I'm gonna just put a plate there, and I'm like, no, you're not. You're gonna make them look good. You're gonna make them look even. Like, and I made sure, and I got pictures. I think I got pictures on my Instagram where I have him welding a set of drop brackets for the passenger seat, just because you had to sit even with the driver's seat. That's kind of the way it was.
We still have those brackets. They're still in that.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we still have 90% of everything.
With the newer seats, though, those new seats are awesome.
I haven't got to set the new seats.
They're pretty sick.
I do know that like I'm supposed to exchange some harness work and stuff from Jared, and Jared was gonna, because I can no longer register that car in California. It's supposed to go to Salt Lake City, but Jared is knee deep in Frankie, so I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see. I do know that we did John put a LS in it, and then he got all technical and wanted to put a fucking turbo. But that's way down the line. So we got to Civ, and so I'm going to tell the story, and I told the story before on one of the earlier podcasts about John almost wrecking it in front of Christina Vaughn.
Mm-hmm. Record, not a scratch.
He swears he didn't almost wreck it.
Oh, I didn't say that. I just said I didn't fuck it up.
I was holding on for dear life. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, this like weird square steering wheel, and then like it kicked out, and it was like, oh, weird.
That steering was so stupid. That was the dumbest. Oh, I swear to God, I wish I had a picture of that steering wheel. That was the dumbest steering wheel ever. I was like, it looks cool. It didn't function for shit.
It was bad. It was bad.
It was bad.
Like that, I think that's why.
I'll take credit for that. I was like, But I wanted it to match. It was blue. It was blue. It matched.
It did look kind of cool, but it functioned like shit.
Yeah. So.
But that was V1, man. That motor actually was pretty potent.
It had some power, and like I remember, like it was all good. But again, like the funny thing about it was both of us were so new to the super world. Like we didn't know. We rebuilt that engine from the ground up, and not one of us thought about going to a forum or like shit. When we went to Civ the first year, people were like, "Oh, did you do this? Did you do that?" And I'm like, "Did you do what?
Did what? What?
Y'all did you did?"
Oh man, it's all factory. They're like,
sure enough, 2 weeks after Civ,
yeah.
All that hard work.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
we were
bearings
really
were
pushing it like past what factory was though. Like, so we were like boosting it super hard.
No, it was factory boost. It was just lead foot.
Yeah.
Like it's funny. I did see Cruz walk in, but we'll call him over here in a second. But yeah, so like that's kind of how we met. That's what happened. Like we both trial and error. I mean, I got to thank Aaron from Drift Motion. He kind of bailed me out after we kind of.
Oh, wealth of knowledge, that guy.
But I will say this: I love Aaron. Like that dude is my boy. Him and Odom have saved my ass. I don't know how many times.
Yeah. Talk to those guys. They're freaking good.
If you need to know, and you need super parts, Drift Motion. But so version 2 comes. Like I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? I blew up the motor.
Well, this is before version 2. This is when we were like, we don't know what's going on, right?
Yeah. Well, we didn't know what was going on.
We were thinking we were gonna rebuild the motor. We were gonna get another one.
I remember I traded some parts for a block.
Yeah, we were gonna rebuild that, right?
Yeah, and then we talked. I called Aaron because we had met him in 2016. Him and Odom.
He said, "Throw that thing away."
Yeah, he pretty much said throw it away. And then I gave it to my buddy Joey for his Mark III that he never ended up doing anything with.
His was NA, wasn't it?
His was an NA, and then he blew up the motor too. But it was his was kind of trashed out. Like he drove it like it was a race car, and it was kind of beat up, primer black and stuff. But I mean, respect. At least he had one, you know.
Yeah, at least he was motoring around, right?
And so we ended up giving him the motor. He ended up giving us, like, for the turbo and stuff, he bought the turbo and everything off me. But I gave him the motor, and then I gave him the block. And,
because he was going to build it for his car.
Yeah. And then,
you got all that beautiful polishing you did, and all that on the intake.
I mean, the 1J still looked better.
Oh, the 1J is way better. I actually have a picture that's freaking awesome.
There's a picture of it on my Instagram. Matter of fact, it's the picture that I use for the podcast.
I know. Well, that's the one with it in the car, right?
Yeah.
I was talking about the one where I had it while I was sitting on the garage floor. Before we put it in.
Oh, next to the transmission.
Yeah, before we put it in. Remember?
Oh,
this is when it was fresh.
That's
it's right here. You can't see it, but.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Send it to me, and I'll post it on my Instagram.
Cause that shit's beautiful.
Yeah, send that to me and I'll post it on my Instagram. So I mean, most of my subscribers actually follow me on Instagram too. Yeah, so we ended up going with the 1J. Like, I called Aaron, was like, you know, I was trying to get. I'll be honest, I was trying for a 2J.
Yeah, but that shit was like.
What was that? Was that like $500 or $800?
$800 more.
Yeah.
And we went with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, he gave us all the stage 3 clutch. He gave us all the wiring harness. He made sure that it was all ready to go.
Yeah, like, worked computer, all of that.
Yeah, he gave us everything like we needed.
It was a turnkey deal. Like, throw this in, turn it, and go.
And then we didn't throw it in for 3 months because I took all apart. I took it all apart and polished everything. My nephew Andrew actually came over. Like, he would get in trouble, I'd make him come over, and we would have competitions who could polish out better. I still have the polisher at the garage, you know that, right? Mm-hmm. And then it stayed twin turbos forever until it
Well, it's
got
all,
refereed.
yeah. But I mean, like that 1J.
California sucks.
Yeah, that 1J could never be legal in that car anyway, no matter where you go, unless it's no emission standards.
But yeah, that's kind of like I was either gonna try and get it registered over in Texas with Miguel or like maybe Jared or someone, but
ain't no emissions in Washington.
But I ended up buying a whole nother shell, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go single turbo and get a lot of power. That's still
peak
hasn't
power.
happened.
That's the difference.
But no, I mean that's kind of how we met. I mean, it's how pretty much how it went through, and then I mean we've been to Civ every year together. I remember that first year when we got hammered for the hotel bill because we thought we paid for it in advance.
Oh yeah, that was first year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because we didn't have very much money. We probably had maybe $300-400 each.
I go down and play the slots just so we can make it through to the next day.
Oh, dude, that shit saved our weekend a couple of times.
Yeah.
But like we go down there, we think we paid in advance, and they're like, "No, you got to pay into $300 some dollars." Like what?
And it took all our spending money.
Yeah, and we're like, "Well, what are we gonna do?" So we're here, so we're gonna go hang out and just go to the events because we paid for everything. We paid for the
show and
shine.
I mean, it was everything.
Everything but the dyno, pretty much.
And I was like, and when I went through, I was all like happy because when I went through, I was like, pay now, like I paid now and everything for the hotel. And I mean, I remember I got mad at the hotel desk. I'm like, no, I paid for it in advance, and they're like,
no,
you can't do that. We don't do that no more. You have to pay the deposit. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, no, I have the receipt. And I went to the receipt and I was like,
oh,
fuck, they only took a deposit. So we ended up having to spend all our first saving, like all our spending money. Remember we had like maybe $100 to last us one day.
Yeah, we were like eating like the cheapest food we can get. Like, yeah.
I will say this: the community saved us about getting drunk because everybody was handing us beers.
Yeah, we didn't have to worry about
alcohol. We didn't have to worry about that.
We didn't have to worry about that. But there were times where like you would go downstairs in the middle of the night because we couldn't sleep or something.
Couldn't smoke in the room.
So you go downstairs and then he would hit some slots and then he'd be like, "Hey, bro, I won like $80." Or
I remember that first night, dude, like, where we were just like, dude, we don't have enough money to eat tomorrow. Like, we barely have enough money.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go home.
We're gonna have to go home. We barely have enough money for gas. And I went down and I was just like, I was pissed. And I was just like, what the hell are we gonna do? And I was sitting there at the Slimer machine, like the Ghostbusters
one, yeah.
And I was like, you know what, I want a drink. And I saw the waitress, so I threw $20. It was my last $20. So I could get a free drink. Because I was just like, give me a whiskey Coke, man. Like, here, give me a whiskey Coke. And I hit play and won $200. I forgot about the drink. I grabbed the $200, cashed out, and ran upstairs. Was like, we can stay another day, and I threw $200 at John. He was like, fuck yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was the first time. The scenic drive was dope.
Yeah, it was Red Rock. Red Rock.
Scenic drive was dope. That's where I almost wrecked it, by the way. But before
Christina, if you watch this, I'm still waiting on the video. You had promised me that video since 2016. It's been almost 10 years. I still want to see that video so I can post it.
It was probably 1,000 memory cards ago.
Probably. She probably got it in her drawer somewhere. But I mean, it was fun, man. Like that first year, I mean, the 7M held up great. I mean, I remember there was the Supers in Vegas video 2016, and I remember like my car was at the front, and I got all kinds of video of it, and I thought it was fucking cool. And then the next year when they did it, they didn't get one shot of it. I was like, bastards.
Right. Well, like version 1 was the 7M. Version 2 was the 1J with the twins. And then version 3 was with the twins with downpipe. Right?
Yeah, that was when Sean and Jackie came over. and we were like trying all day long to get this damn new Y pipe and down
right,
pipe on.
Because you had to take off like both turbos and like finesse it on.
We were trying not to all day, and then like you came over like
came over like last minute, and finished it up. But like that's the year
that pissed us all off, right? Because we were like all day. All we could do is like we got everything lined up except for like one little thing. We frustrated.
Yeah, then I come in and just wrap it up in like a half hour.
Yeah, that kind of pissed us all off. But we got pizza and beer. We had fun.
Yeah, always do.
Good memories. Like I mean.
That was the year we dynoed it.
Yeah, we got 383.
Almost 400.
What was it? 383 on octane booster.
Something like that.
Yeah. 91 in octane booster.
And I think it was only what 9 pounds of boost.
That was also the year that Clint hit me. Scared the shit out of me with his two-step.
Oh yeah, you got it on video. Oh shit. Even got you on slow-mo? Wow. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like you could tell I almost shit my pants when it happened. And I'm like, and he fucking looked like fucking spaz.
Yeah. Happened to a lot of people though. I mean, he's not alone, so don't feel bad. So that was the last year with the twins with the blue car that was on the road.
Yeah, that you could actually drive it. We trailered it up there a couple times.
Well, we trailered it up there the next year after that.
Yeah, and then
that was it. That was the last time I spent there.
Yeah, that was the last time the blue car was there. That was when we were at Speed Vegas.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that car drove on that track.
No, wait, hold on, wait. No. 2017 it was there. 2018 was the last year that it was there with the twins.
Oh.
That was when we freshly painted it with the 2-stage.
Yeah.
So we 2-staged it so it had a clear coat. That was when I got the XXR rims for it.
Yeah.
And
that was the last year it was legal to drive.
And then that was the last year it was legal. That was when we took the scenic drive out to
the Hoover Dam.
The Hoover Dam.
Right.
I think it was Hoover Dam. Yeah, I think it was Hoover Dam.
Yeah, it was Hoover Dam.
And
that was when Jay and Curtis came.
Jay and Curtis came 2017.
I keep getting them mixed up. They all blend together.
So Jay and Curtis came. Okay, so wait, hold on. Robert and Dexter came in 2016. The original year, the first year we met. Right. They came.
Right.
My cousin and his buddy, who introduced me to my wife a couple years later. They came with us in 2016. In 2017 is when we had the autocross at
the Vegas Speedway.
Yeah, Vegas Speedway.
In the back.
And then Curtis and Jay were with us that time. That was the time.
Yeah. That's when we had that little bet going.
Yeah.
That nobody.
Yeah, because it overheated and shit.
Yeah.
I won that bet. Yeah.
It wasn't fair.
Yeah, I won. Just you say it wasn't fair, but I won.
Well, when one gets more shots than the other, I don't think that's fair.
It's fair. I can't help it messed up on your turn. My time is better than your time. I won. That's just how it is. Okay. I'm holding that victory till this day.
Wow.
And then the next year in 2018, we actually came by ourselves. Remember? We didn't bring anybody with us. We're like, fuck that. We're not taking nobody.
Yeah, it was just me and you, huh?
Yeah, it was just me and you.
Yeah.
We were like, no, fuck that. We're not taking nobody. Because every time we took somebody, they ended up either taking advantage.
There was drama.
There was drama. Like every time.
Somebody was complaining about something, or someone couldn't do something. It's like, well, why'd you even?
Or someone didn't want to pay for something.
Yeah, like why'd you even come then?
Yeah. So. Yeah, we went by ourselves that year, and then.
That shit was fun.
2019.
I don't think I slept very much that weekend.
No, I was.
Cause like, man, I'm telling you what, like, you know, you go to these events, you gotta show up at like 7, 8 o'clock for the meetings and stuff. But it's like, dude, you were up till 4 in the morning the morning before, drinking all night.
Well, they think that we're actually supposed to take naps in between events and partying. So like, it's like, go to the dyno, stay at the dyno, go back to the hotel room, eat some lunch, take a nap. Wake up at a certain time, go drink some beer.
Well, that's how it is now after we figured it out. But before, we just stay up the whole time.
Hey, I was young and stupid.
We're gonna run on like 12 hours of sleep for 4 days.
I remember those years too. I was skinny. I made refills every time, and then get up on that damn wall, like Caesar's Palace's wall, get kicked out by security every year. That shit was.
I've been up on that wall.
Yeah, I've been up on that wall a couple times, and people had to carry my ass down. Now they're like, Josh, don't get on the wall. We don't want to bring you down. You're just gonna fall and bounce.
Yeah, there'd be casualties at that point.
And that's because in 2019, Dexter and Robert actually came back out with us. And I remember that. Remember Dexter and Robert came back with us in 2019. And the reason why I know that is because I met a special somebody who's actually behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
And we've been together ever since. Dexter was dating her cousin.
Right?
Yep, her cousin. Amaris. And they're actually married. Yeah, the dragon girl. She had a tattoo right here.
Yeah,
who drove like 5 mile an hour even on the freeway. And we came out. We had a good time. And she brought Lou out, and that's how I met Lou in 2019. And that was the year that we trailered the car out.
Yep, it was illegal to drive on the streets.
So we trailered it out. We drove it, Speed Vegas. The track is Speed Vegas. We both got a chance to drive it. That track, like with that Supra,
Pretty fun.
was fun. Like,
It had the good brakes. It had the tires.
it's also the year I scared the shit out of my wife with chasing down a dude that kicked. Oh no, yeah, no, I drove it back that year or the year I met you. So we didn't trailer it. No, it was.
No, it was the year after.
220. It was COVID. Fucking COVID.
Yeah.
2020 was the year that we got refed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the year we trailered it. 2021 was the year that we didn't have it.
I think it's got 2019 tags on it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I had to think about that because I was like, wait, no, because I met Lou in 2019 and I drove the car back.
Yeah, I think that was last year. It was registered.
And to this day, she won't ride in the Supra with me. Like,
Why? It's got seatbelts.
because I hit like 120 and she was like, I'm never riding in this thing again with you.
For a long time, we didn't know how fast we were going at all. It was just all tachometer.
What are you talking about? Every time we finally got the Speedo working, the Speedo cable would get eaten up within like a month. And then no more Speedo. I think we used an app one time.
Yeah, the GPS app. That was fun.
So what's Cruz doing?
Where's Cruzy at?
CO2.
Cruzy. Alright. So, let's see if we can get him in shot here.
Come on in. Come on in, man.
We all know Cruz. Put him right in the middle. Alright. So, John, I want you to meet Cruz.
What's up, man?
Otherwise known as
heard it was neighbor for
Jose. This is your replacement.
Yeah.
You moved to Washington. we put out applications, and Cruz is now he won. He won the job.
Right on.
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, you know how you used to always be there to help me work on the car and everything.
That's
he
him.
literally that's him now.
Yeah.
That's my job now.
Yeah. So. Again, I'm a cosmetic guy, bro. Like, you need auto body shit done, I'm your dude. And I need motor work done,
You call me.
I did everything else.
So it's cool. So I wanted to introduce you guys. We can bullshit about Civ and stuff.
Yeah.
But I wanted to tell you because I remember telling you one time when we were working on the car, we saw a white Mark III drive down the street.
Yeah.
That was Cruz.
Yeah, and then the one that was parked back there.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, I wonder what the guys got under there.
Yeah. It was stock.
Yeah, it was stock. It was stock. It had a head-blown gasket. I fixed it, and then I was naive, like most of us. I didn't know we had to re-torque the second time.
Oh, you
I
got
full send it like for about a month. I'm like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Do it again. What the heck?
What I do?
Yeah.
By the way, Cruz is the problem I have with Hot Wheels now. Like, he's the Hot Wheel hunter. Like, that's why I have like 50 Supras
What
up
do you
on
got
the
there? You
wall.
got quite a bit.
It's all Supras. I think there's a couple FRSs.
About 2.
I think 2 FRSs, but other than that, they're all Supras. Did you see the one that Mo posted where it's got the
Yeah, I have
Toyota
it.
color? I need that one.
I have it.
So
Oh, you got
yeah,
it in lock already.
Yeah, I already have it.
bro, you don't understand. Like most of the time, I can't find them. Like, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, it's like
Here you
pretty
go.
bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably have another $100 worth of cars right now. I'm back of the car right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I found a bunch of good stuff.
All right. So here's something I wanted to do. I wanted to get up. I wanted to
I
show.
went to like 20 stores.
So see this one right here? How it has it's the Forerunner towing the Mark III.
Okay.
Okay. Understand something.
Tundra.
Understand something. I work for a company that has it dedicated to Walmart. I work 14-hour shifts, means I usually see when they're stocking these. I never could find these. I looked everywhere. I found the ones that they came with, but no, these little Hot Wheel hunters, right, will show up and raid the damn pallets to get them.
Before they even go on the shelf.
So I had to spend like $30 per one of these. I have 3 of them. This one is actually meant for Momo. This is Momo's. Momo,
That's yours.
that's yours. I have it. Gotta come get it.
Gotta come here.
Cruz, how many of these do you have?
13?
13? Oh jeez.
So just to let you know, me and Cruz run Inland Supras now, and we're gonna have a little tent at Civ where we're gonna try and have some T-shirts and stuff. We're gonna hold a little raffle. There are 3 things you have to do to get a free raffle ticket. A, you need to come, like, and subscribe to the podcast because we're gonna be pretty much running it right now. Jared is too busy right now working with Frankie, trying to get his build done in time to debut it at Civ. So nothing but best wishes for him. I hope that everything works out because I cannot wait to ride in that beast. Especially since I'm taking full credit for the color that he chose. It's ogre green. Shut up. It's ogre green. It's my color. He knows it. It might be on Vipers and stuff, but it's my green. So we're gonna raffle off a couple of these. And in order to get one, because you are not gonna really find a Mark III Supra
In the wild.
in the wild. You're not gonna find it. So we're gonna raffle off a couple of them. Again, you're gonna have to come, like, subscribe, prove to us that you actually follow Inland Supras on Instagram. You have subscribed to the podcast, and you can buy a shirt. Like, those are the 3 things that we're gonna require. You're gonna get a free raffle ticket, and trust me, these things are $30 to $45 a piece to try and get them. We might have some other things there that you might like that we're gonna kind of raffle off too. Again, the rules are when we get to the booth, to get a raffle ticket, you're gonna have to do 3 things. You're not gonna have to pay any money other than to buy a shirt, just to support us, show us some love. And like I said, subscribe to the podcast, follow Inland Supras, buy a T-shirt, and you get it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like we would like to keep this going. And again, this is episode 5, and you guys have shown me a whole lot of love. I appreciate all the feedback I got from everybody. You guys have been nothing but support. I'm gonna keep going. I gotta get to 100 videos before I hit the algorithm and maybe blow up. But
Tell your friends.
That doesn't really matter. So we will be raffling off a couple of these, maybe a couple of the Supras. I have some bigger die-cast Fast and the Furious Supras that we might rifle off too.
They're all pretty sweet.
We're here for the community and stuff, and we just want to have some fun and get some likes and subscribes so we can keep doing this. Granted, as you can tell, our setup isn't the greatest. You probably hear an echo. I'm doing this in my living room, so this is my actual couch. This is what I sit on and scratch my butt on and fart on,
I've been sitting on an hour.
I'm surprised you haven't smelt it.
I wasn't saying nothing.
Again, this is my living room. I will be doing a lot of podcasts when Cruz isn't around, or John's not around, or Jared's not with me. I'm gonna be doing stuff with guests where I'm gonna be going out and talking to them and doing videos like that. Once I learn how to, and I get the software, I will be doing some live podcasts. We're gonna get it done at Civ and do some live podcasts. Hopefully these two can join me, so you can all meet them.
Get to know everybody.
John will probably have that devil's lettuce going. I won't be nowhere near it because my CDL depends on it. So if he likes it, I'm running. But these are my boys. We have fun together. It sucks that John moved to Washington. I miss him every day. We had a lot of fun together. Sometimes I talk shit about him because he's a pain in the ass and he moved to Washington.
I think I'm gonna get that forever.
He will.
Want to move back.
I guess. Not gonna happen though. I like Washington.
That place sucks. It rains too much. Hey, you know what though?
What, you're gonna melt? This is because you're gonna melt.
But how is it the smog over there?
None.
Yeah, we gotta move over there.
Seriously, dude. We're gonna be this.
And because of the streets are wet,
The Seattle Supras.
The Seattle
Supras.
Supras.
Just so we don't have to worry about smog. Fuck California. Dude, you know what? The only thing that honestly keeps me here in California is my friends. I have a lot of really good friends.
The community though,
When it comes to Supras.
No, that's
so hey, I was talking to a couple of the guys in SoCal. I won't mention no names, Momo. And I found out that I messed up. We're supposed to keep the spot where we have the SoCal meet in Downey at the McDonald's right there on Florence. We're supposed to keep that secret, so don't tell nobody.
Oh yeah, just do it on
It's only supposed to be Supras.
So give out the wrong directions.
Yeah, give the wrong directions. Mo, you know I'm good at that, right?
Yeah.
Momo, I'm good at giving the wrong directions. So instead of going right off the freeway to go to the McDonald's, go left towards the giant RV sign, and you will find us there. I think. No, so yeah, I honestly did. I found out today from Mo that the SoCal guys want to keep it just Supras because I didn't know SoCal was like a club. You know what I mean? They're what is that? They're the Sons of Anarchy of Supras.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? I found that out today. I heard that today.
News to me.
Inland superstitious regular people.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm looking at renting a space at a park out here, but I gotta find one that's homeless free, which is hard to find in the Inland Empire because Lord knows you go to a park. But I found that we could actually rent a space at one of the parks here.
Well, that's nice to know.
Yeah, so we can rent a space at the parks, and we could actually have a meet at a park. And when we finally get that set up, and everybody's welcome. But here's the deal, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I am kind of an asshole. I'm not gonna lie. If you come to one of our meets in Inland Supras, there are rules. You cannot get on your two-step. It is not allowed. You cannot do a burnout. It is not allowed. You are there to meet with the community, have fun with the community,
Take pictures.
meet everybody, stuff like that.
Yeah,
If
show
you
off
do,
your ride.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you do a burnout, I'm gonna take your license plate. Trust me, I got a cousin on Fontana PD. It's cool. I ain't even messing with you guys. We need to keep the respect going in our community. We cannot burn these spots for everybody. That includes the McDonald's for SoCal. I give SoCal crap, whatever, I'm just playing with them. All that was just a joke, just to have some fun with them and everything. But the fact of the matter is the reason why we kind of try to keep it a little bit slow is because we have these youngsters that come out and they literally want to burn our spots. They want to get up on their two-steps that sound like gunshots. They want to do donuts in the middle of intersections. And then you know what happens? The cops show up. And all of us other guys that have these modified cars, especially in California,
We get targeted.
we get targeted. And it's like,
It's totally unnecessary.
it's completely unnecessary. Come out. We'll have a barbecue pit. We'll have some hot dogs, some hamburgers. You know, maybe some carne asada.
Yeah, we'll laugh and
you
high
know,
five, whatever.
We'll laugh. We'll high five. We'll probably have some drinks like Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi for me because I'm too fat for regular Pepsi. But literally, like, we try to keep these spots good so where we can actually keep going and doing them. If you want to come out, even to the SoCal meets and stuff, and check out the cars, be respectful. Because these businesses that allow us to go out and do these things, they literally don't have to. And if we do something to make their business look bad, or even our community look bad, we are never going to be able to go do that again. So, if you want to come out, you want to check out these builds, because like me, I'm taking my camera, because I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Because these two work too much, and John's way up in Washington.
Yep. Pretty far.
Yeah.
I can call in, maybe do like one of those call-in guests, you know?
Well, I mean, I usually, with my calling guests, we go through a video called Discord, and that's how we do it.
Oh, I was talking about like speaker on the cell phone. Like, you know, like those old shows, you know, you call in.
Remember,
we got a caller, blah, blah, blah.
I'm all about cars, I'm not all about computers, I'm still learning on this stuff, but that's why we're all bunched in on the couch right now, because I got one camera. Our producer's telling us we need to bunch in closer together, but I don't want to be on Cruz's lap, neither does John.
Nah, okay.
But, you know, this podcast has been fun. I've been told I talk about some of the same stuff a little bit, but it's kind of what's near and dear to my heart.
Well, keep the comments coming. We can always use the support.
Yeah, I mean, I could always use it. I want to figure out how to go live. I'm going to figure it out how to go live. I was trying to go live tonight. It didn't work out.
Coming soon.
Because I would like to see the comments during a live feed, so where like I could address some questions that people want to know.
Yeah.
We could do like a Q&A sesh, right?
Yeah, like if you got a comment, you got a question for me, leave it in the comments, and I will answer it next. You know. The next podcast we do, the next episode. Again, this is a special one because I actually had John he came down, he had to get his motorcycle and everything registered in his name and get it all
He's
set
back in
up.
April. He might do another one then. We'll see.
I mean, I'm always down. It's always a pleasure to
He might
have
do another one in April.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
it's always a pleasure to have you guys here. I have my wife running producer in the background. She won't say nothing.
Best producer in the world.
Yeah. She was supposed to bring me an adult beverage that I left way over there.
Sorry, mine's empty too.
But again, you know what? These two have been pretty much the backbone of Ogre Motorsports, Inland Supras, and now the 2J podcast.
As well.
Yeah,
I'm glad that these two finally got to meet, you know, face to face, and I'm glad I brought them together.
Right here on 2J podcast.
Yeah.
Ogre Motorsports. Like and subscribe. Don't forget.
But I think we've been enough. I mean, again, come out to Civ this year.
Oh yeah.
Show us.
I'm ready. I really want it to be right now.
Hey,
When is it this
my birthday is October 4th. It's right in the middle. It's gonna probably be on Drag Race night. So again, show your support. Birthday cards, gift cards. I really like
donations.
Sale, Apple Pay.
Apple Pay. Oh wait, no, I don't have Apple Pay. I'm on Android. I'm on
Question:
Android.
What are you making this year?
What am I making this year?
Last year was apple pie, right?
I actually said I'm gonna go back to the watermelon because more people wanted the watermelon.
People wanted the watermelon until after they tried it.
No, I'll say this. No, people wanted the watermelon until they woke up the next day.
Well, honestly, we did warn them. We did tell them that it will sneak up on you. They're like, we could handle.
Yeah. They could.
By the way, it has been what, four years since we got George plastered on it, and Christina still holds a grudge for it. She watched one of the podcasts and I brought it up, and she was like, "I still have that, and I remember that." So, I was gonna try and do an orange creamsicle, but then I really got to thinking, and everybody really loved the watermelon. So
It was good. Super strong, man. You can smell it. It's like, okay, it's not too bad. And
It's
then,
all sweet. One shot, two
remember
shots.
Ed's? It was Ed's. I think it's V60 160. He's on Instagram, V160 Ed. With the beard, his son Benji. We got him to actually take a full shot of 190 proof, no chaser, no nothing. I thought his mom was gonna kill us. I think I had to give him like $10 for it. I paid him $10. I was like, I'll give you $10. You take a shot, don't make a face. I'll give him credit, man. That little 21-year-old took that full shot and didn't make a face. There are people that
he was
like,
making a face on the inside.
I think he was making a face on the inside, but it was cool.
Thank you.
So like I said, we're gonna be raffling off some little diecast Mark IIIs and stuff, and some other things that we got. Like I said, there's 3 things to get your free raffle ticket: buy a T-shirt, follow Inland Supras, and go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it, all the love. I appreciate you, John, for being down here, taking the time. I know you didn't have very much time down here, but I appreciate you taking the time to come over and do this.
Let's do it again in April. Let's do it.
I'm down.
Where it is.
Cruz, thank you always for always being here with me, man. You're a lifesaver.
Appreciate it.
And we're now gonna go ahead and sign off and stop recording here in a minute and go have some drinks.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. Thank you guys for being here. See you next time.
Peace.